Doctor. Definition: someone who is trained to help sick people. For example, the doctor prescribed some medication.
You're meant to be our doctor.
Your treatment of patients is non-existent because you're not a doctor, you're an administrator.
I need a doctor. Is there a doctor?
Thank you, doctor.
No, I'm not a doctor.
Help me, doctor.
Ask your doctor about using Herpexia.
Doctor, just tell us about his genes and speak in plain language.
Hey, did you have a chance to call that doctor?
I can't believe he lied to me. A doctor. Yeah, right. He's taking one of those night classes that you see in the Penny Saver.
With the doctor gone, the camp's on edge enough without people having to worry about what's out here in the jungle.
Engineer. Definition: a person who plans, builds, or takes care of engines, machines, or buildings. For example, he is an engineer at a large electronics company.
My father, he is an engineer.
No. He's an engineer.
Oh, I'm an electronic engineer.
Oh, you're an engineer too.
Hang tough, we got the building engineer on his way.
His brother Lee is an engineer.
I always wanted to be an engineer.
I'm a mechanical engineer.
I was an engineer by trade.
Mr. Kirk, Mr. Sulu, Engineer Olson will space jump from the shuttle.
Teacher. Definition: someone who helps students learn information, skills, or morals. For example, my son's never been in trouble with his teachers before.
The teacher's lounge is for teachers, Willie.
Save the teachers! Save the teachers, yes!
You have such a sense of Julia when you do something like this, as a teacher, as a voice.
You know, I'd be happy to do it myself, but it's just so hard with a class of 20 or 25 or 30 or whatever. To be a teacher.
Teacher, teacher, you must quit!
But Matilda's teacher, Miss Honey, was one of those remarkable people who appreciates every single child for who she or he is.
You were my history teacher, Mr. Crouch.
I was just being a really good teacher.
My father was a teacher.
Oh, he's cute, Phoebes, but I thought you just started dating the kindergarten teacher.
Chef. Definition: a professional cook, usually the head cook at a hotel or restaurant. For example, he is one of the top chefs in Britain.
Number one chef! Number one chef!
Anyway, a man gets in my cab with a sword. I figure he's a sushi chef.
The chef's knife, it belongs to the chef, not to the kitchen.
The word is, the restaurant's regeneration is mostly down to a young chef from India.
It's a chef called Hassan Kadam.
You're a cook. You're a chef. Chef Big Dog up all night cooking.
I'm not a chef. Just a cook.
Oh.
I'm the chef. Go on, they're waiting for you.
Okay, I'm a chef on a Sunday afternoon setting the menu at a big restaurant.
That's Tony, for example. Architect turned chef who recently invested all the money he ever earned in a new restaurant.
Receptionist. Definition: a type of job where someone works in an office and meets people and answers the phone. For example, when you get here, the receptionist will direct you to my office.
I'm the new receptionist!
What do you do?
I'm a receptionist.
Yes?
I'm the new receptionist.
Now we'll need a new receptionist.
I'm the school receptionist, yes.
I also understand you told the receptionist that you're her counselor.
Yes.
I don't clean rooms, I'm a receptionist.
I got a problem because she's the best receptionist I've ever had. Yeah.
She told me she has a cousin who works as a receptionist at the examiner's office.
The receptionist told me where to find you.
Lawyer. Definition: a person who works in the legal field as a lawyer, counselor, or barrister. For example, I want to see my lawyer before I say anything.
I'm calling my lawyer.
Just FYI, I spoke to my lawyer, and he said that even if Candy takes you for everything you've got, you still have to pay me alimony.
But I'm not going to be told by someone who harbored a fraud what a bad lawyer I am.
How do you like being a lawyer?
Jimmy, you're a great lawyer.
And I'm a lawyer.
Call my lawyers.
My lawyer said that you're going to prison for 20 years, Jordan.
Please, I need to bribe our neighbors not to unleash their newly minted lawyer son on me.
Then you're really going to hate being told what to do by someone with no experience as a lawyer.
Accountant. Definition: a person whose job it is to keep or check financial records. For example, my accountant takes care of my taxes.
Phil, Melissa is like a forensic accountant, okay?
Plus, my dad was an accountant.
What can you do?
Accountant. Why would your clients follow you? You're an accountant.
You decline.
He's an accountant.
Now Yuki is an accountant.
You were a glorified accountant.
All right. Chef, accountant, or midwife?
Our accountant, Dan.
My dad's an accountant.
Librarian. Definition: someone who works in a library and runs it or helps people who use it. For example, the young librarian is great at finding titles children will like.
Your father was a librarian.
And I'm a librarian with a mysterious past!
So, turned out to be the mild-mannered librarian no one would have suspected, huh?
The librarian is the single biggest risk to this entire operation.
Where is the librarian?
Yeah, Lillian's taking a few days off to meet another librarian friend she met online.
But I am just a simple librarian.
I'm still unclear on what's going to happen with the librarian.
I thought this was a librarian conference.
Just after he strung up the former librarian and relieved him of his head.
Photographer, definition, someone who takes pictures for a living. For example, she's a professional photographer.
Why don't you guys go get portraits done by a professional photographer?
His longtime girlfriend, Lindsay Mills, an amateur photographer, has not been heard from.
Sally's going to be a photographer.
I'm a photographer, Dad. A real photographer.
Right. You're a photographer.
Then you need to hire a photographer and a videographer, then a florist.
You work as a photographer, you find out real quick. People's faces lie.
Professional photographer hired.
This is the photographer who's been... He's a famous photographer. What am I...